Hello, my name is Professor Jennifer Reed, and I wanted to say welcome to Introduction to Sociology Online. I hope that you're getting familiar with Web Campus by now, and that there are two major components to this course for your grade. The first being weekly quizzes, which can be found in each one of your learning modules for each week. Weeks 5 through 15, I will drop your two lowest quiz scores. Okay. Your second major component is short written discussion questions. So you'll have 5 of those over the course of the semester that started with the introduction discussion, and then 4 discussion questions over different material that is also found in your learning modules. So as I mentioned, the first written assignment was your introduction discussion question, which everybody has completed pretty much at this point and gotten their grades back for. So I wanted to also share a little bit about myself and introduce myself, since you did that as part of your start of the semester. So let me take a moment to put on my sociological lenses to connect my social environment to what has shaped me in my personal life. So a little bit about me. Again, my name is Jennifer Reed. I was raised in a rural Appalachian county of Ohio in the United States. So it was a small town. It was fairly poor overall. I'm also the oldest of 5 children, and I had my own children at a young age. I was a teen mom. I had my first child when I was 17 years old. I'm also the first female in my family to graduate from college. So a little about growing up in a rural Appalachian area. So it's not very diverse. So most people looked like me. Okay. It was very much a white community. But I did learn about was economic injustice, and how being economically disadvantaged can shape your chances in the world, which I believe largely shaped me to pursue sociology as a discipline that I was interested in, and eventually pursued a PhD in. So I remember when I was young that it was proposed to put a toxic waste incinerator in the county that I lived in, and it was proposed to go in an area right on the river, right where there's a floodplain, and then right next door to it is an elementary school. So a lot of people came out and protested against this toxic waste incinerator going in, and there were studies that found that, you know, there was environmental and health consequences that were negative, that could potentially result from having the toxic waste incinerator placed there. So after several years of protesting and, you know, studies that showed the potentially negative consequences of putting it there, the toxic waste incinerator ended up being approved and built there anyway. So I learned that some people's voices don't seem to matter or be listened to as much as others, even when there's potential environmental and health consequences to the location and to the people in that location. So that really sparked my sociological imagination to connect these issues and to pursue sociology as a public sociologist. So as a public sociologist, I feel that it's my duty to not only study and research social problems and connect these different social issues in our society, but also to take the research and to take the findings and work to make society a more just place for people. So that's not how everybody approaches sociology. Many sociologists feel that their job is just to collect the data and do the research, come up with the findings about various social problems, and then put the material out there in the public, and then other people are responsible for, acting on that. And that's one way to do it. But then the other side is people who choose to do public sociology, where they take the findings and then they also are active in implementing those findings to work towards making the world a more just place. So that's where I come from as a sociologist. So that's a little bit about my background. I very much appreciate you sharing a little bit about your backgrounds and learning more about our sociological imaginations together this semester. So again, welcome. And I've traded emails with several of you already, and I've gotten to know more about you through reading your introduction posts. And I look forward to working with you through the rest of the semester.